And a good morning. It is time for the sports section here live from Brothers Market in downtown Sigourney, Iowa. And again, we thank Brothers Market. Stop on in on this Saturday. It's a little bit chilly outside, but the grocery store is open for all of your needs, so stop on in. As you can see, we've got the Keota Eagle basketball team, the boys starting five with us. Let's go to Alan and Bruce. Start things off for today's sports section here on Steve Shetler Media.
All right, thanks, Steve. Welcome. It's been a couple weeks here since we've been up here with the weather. We've got the Keota boys basketball team, who's 12-0, ranked number 1 in the state right now with us. Before we get going, I'd like to do a shout-out, though, right now to Dan Stout, the Keota AD, Lee Crawford, the Sigourney AD, and Clint Weber, the Pekin AD. The last 2 weeks, I'm sure, has been nothing but misery for those guys, and I'll tell you what, it's a lot of the unseen stuff that those guys go through of this rescheduling all these games, because it's not just the basketball games. It's, the girls basketball, it's junior high, it's wrestling, bowling, a lot of stuff going on, and people don't see all the work that those guys go through and all the headaches that they go through. And it's easy to pick out when things aren't going well or something gets rescheduled or whatever, but those guys deserve a thank you if you're out and you see them, just because they're the ones that make it happen for these guys, of rescheduling all these games, because that cannot be easy of trying to schedule within the conference and trying to find open dates and stuff. So I just, if you see those guys, maybe once just tell them thank you for all you do. So and I really appreciate all those guys too, because they all help us out too. So back to the Keota boys basketball team. I'm just going to kind of go through the lineup here and give a few stats if you wonder why they're ranked number 1. Senior Sawyer Stout, right now I got him at 50.7 from the field. He's got 26 assists on the year, and he just recently scored his 1,000 points, which is a very big achievement, Sawyer, so congratulations on that. And then for the year, Sawyer's put in 251 points. Tanner Waterhouse, senior, he shoots 46.5% from the field, 43.6 from the three-point field, which is very good. And he's got 23 steals and 107 points on the year. Cole Kindred, Cole's got 58 rebounds, shoots 67.9% from the free throws. 69 assists. He's got 33 steals and 146 points on the year. Evan Vitito, senior, 19 blocks. He shoots 62.8 from the field. He scored 106 points, and just his presence inside is a monstrous. He's a big guy. Billy Kindred, junior, 40.7% from the field. He has not shot a three-pointer, 19 steals and 129 points. And on those three, is that right? That can't be right, is it?
No, that is not right.
That was in the stats, because I was like, that is weird, but I mean, maybe Billy knows his role. So
Billy shot plenty of three-pointers.
I don't know what that is. We got to get on. I'll get on Dan about that to update that. So, but anyway, the team shoots 43.7% from the field. They've scored 901 points in 12 games. They average 76 points a game. So if you wonder why these guys are ranked number 1, the stats don't lie, except for Billy's. But anyway, guys, I'm just going to have you kind of go through, because a lot of people know you by name, and we have a lot of viewers. So I'm just going to kind of have you go through, just say your name, what position that you guys play on the team.
My name's Tanner Waterhouse, and the position I play is I just go around and shoot the ball.
My name's Cole Kindred, and I play point guard.
My name is Sawyer Stout. I play shooting guard.
My name's Billy Kindred, and I play power forward.
My name's Evan Vitito, and I'm the center.
All right, thanks, guys. I'm just going to ask you guys all the same question here of, being ranked number 1, you're halfway through the season. I mean, do you guys feel any pressure on you, to be the top dog in the state right now, or you guys just take it one game at a time and you know,
I think so. This back half of the season, a lot of our pressure was built up on the beginning with big games like Linville, Sully, but we still got some big games left with Belle Plaine and Hillcrest Academy. The second half of our season was kind of the easier stretch, but with all these games, we're going to have weeks where we play 4 or 5 games in a week, and you got to really know that being 12-0, we got a target on our back every night, and people are going to come out and give us our best shot, and we saw that against North Mahaska, Montezuma, which teams that weren't quite up to our level gave us a pretty good run, and we know every night they're going to give us our best shot.
right? For you 4 seniors, you know, this is it. This is your last year. Has it kind of sunk in yet of, you know, hey, this is my senior year. This is it. When it's, you know, when it's done, it's done.
I'd say it hasn't really yet. It's still hard to believe that even like football's over and your basketball's going to be over here pretty soon, and then it's going to be the next sport's going to be over. So it's going by a lot faster than you think. So
Yeah. You know, and we've talked many times. It's just like, can't believe these guys are seniors already. I mean, heck, it's just like the other day, you know, I was watching you guys in flag football or youth soccer or junior high football or whatever it was, and then here it is. You know, this is it. This is your last stretch. And
I remember their first day coming into junior high football, and Dan told us that we lost Sawyer for the season. And I saw him over at, I believe it was, we were at Wilton at the football game. He had his hand in a cast, and they're like, he can't move his thumb. And I was like, that's not good, because I didn't think you'd play a sport if you didn't get that fixed. So I was glad that you guys got that taken care of. And you guys, I watch you guys online with Steve's broadcast with Eddie and Andy, and you guys are fun to watch.
And on that note, I mean, I got to ask Tanner here because we've talked about it before. You know, were you just didn't like me and Bruce when you come to junior high football, or?
Yeah,
Yep,
I
you did.
probably.
I knew it.
Yep,
We
he
knew
doesn't
it.
like
Probably,
us.
I
Yep.
probably should have started early. Yeah, that was my bad.
But then also, you know, you weren't the biggest then either. And I mean, I know that, you know, takes a toll on some kids of when you got kids the size of Evan playing and Strand, and then, you know, you weren't that big. But we would have loved to have you, Tanner. So you come from a good family, except for your mom. I'm just going to kind of go through here too, and just what kind of hobbies do you guys do outside of basketball?
Mainly I play video games, and then during the winter I like to go hunting and fishing. So
I think we all like to golf. We spend spend most of our summers golfing. So
Well, if we call golf a hobby, it's a sport, but I think I mostly just spend a lot of time in the gym and golfing, and I play my Xbox a lot too. So
Yeah, I spend most of my time golfing like everybody else and playing my Xbox sometimes. So, yep.
I just like to spend a lot of time outdoors. Yeah, it's, I don't know, ride 4-wheeler, work. I don't know.
And I'll just ask the Cole and Billy here. What's it like just playing with your brothers?
It's fun. I mean, we've been playing together since we started playing, so it's nice.
during practices, I think it's more competitive with having a brother out there. So
And you being the older brother, I mean, do you?
I win most of the battles.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's what I wondered. I mean, like, and I'll ask Tanner this question: between Cole and Billy, 1-on-1, who wins?
Billy.
forbidden move and play.
And then Sawyer, who wins between Tanner and Caleb?
Tanner by 1,000,000.
And Billy, who wins between Evan and his dad?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to go with Evan on that one.
All right. And then Evan, I'm going to ask you, which one of the Stout brothers is the best? If they were in a 3-on-3, one-on-one tournament, who would win?
Probably Keegan. I mean,
Yeah, that's my guess too. Unless Cole sit out there and just pop threes. No.
Back to Sawyer's comment about golf being a sport. If I can do it in my shape, it's not a sport. Trust me. So, what are you guys'? This is for all of you. Your pregame routines. Do you have any superstitions? Same socks, same underwear, But what are your superstitions and pregame routines that you go through every single game?
I wouldn't really say I have a pregame or like a superstition, I guess. I guess before every game we just get ready to go, get in the right state of mind, and go play basketball.
I'd say just playing my phone before the game.
We do a team prayer before every game, and I'd say that's my favorite tradition we do.
I always check my short size because the younger kids always try and steal them and make sure they get a smaller pair.
So we'll know the next time if we go watch him and Cole comes out with a little bitty pair of shorts that got stolen.
Oh, I would just say praying before a game. That's basically it.
Good, very good. For any of you here, like who's the guys that come off the bench for you and have really contributed, to your starting group here in a game?
Aiden McGuire comes off the bench. Chase Hafley, Chase Sheeran,
Connor.
Connor. And they all do a great job coming off the bench. It just gives us so much more depth, and we're able to run up and down the court so much better than these other teams that aren't as deep. So it really gives us that extra advantage.
Yeah, and we kind of noticed there when you guys played us, too. You guys are you're deep, and that pays off down the road too once you get against some better squads and stuff. I guess I will just bring it up here real quick, Bubby. Just tell him how he's part of your team, and you got to be proud of him for making that KCRG Athlete of the Week. And I think he had 3 games there in a row where he popped threes. I mean, that's cool. I mean, that's really cool. So
he's just a great guy to have. He's always like a cheerleader. He's always there for you, get you going, keep you happy. I don't think I've ever seen Bubby not happy. So just a great guy.
Yeah, Bubby's always in practice. He only shoots threes, so he's got a pretty good percentage from the 3-point line.
He's your 3-point specialist.
Yep. And he's got a spot at the top of the key where he's going to make it.
Yeah, I got one. Yeah, Bubby, he puts so much into the sport, and it's so awesome to see what he gets out of it. The last 2 minutes of a game is Bubby's time to shine, and he's so fun to have on the team, and he's an excellent teammate. I also want to give a shout out to one other player, Ashton Thomas. He's been struggling this year, but he's also one of our sharpshooters, and we'd like to see him get into the flow of things because he's been working so hard on it too. So I'd like to give a shout out to Bubby and Ashton Thomas.
Like they said, Bubby's a 3-point sniper. He's pretty good at the 3-point line, but he's also he's a great hype man on the bench. He gets into it. He'll stand up and shout, throw his hands around, and he's great at hyping us up.
Yeah, I like Bubby. Bubby's really inspirational when it comes to just walking around with a smile on his face, giving people high fives, and he just walks around so happy, and I just love that.
Yeah, that's kind of fun to have a kid like that on your team, and I'm sure Bubby's watching here too, Bubby. So anyway, I know these last 2 weeks have been kind of crazy here with all the cancellations and stuff, but how's your homecoming working out, or how did it work out, or did you get a homecoming in, I guess?
We're supposed to have one Monday if we have the game in school.
Okay.
So see what happens.
Yeah, it was kind of a mess this year. So, and then I wanted to bring up, your student section, because every time we come over there to watch, I mean, honestly, I think you guys got one of the best student sections in the conference. So I haven't went everywhere yet this year, but I know when we come to Kyoto, whoever you're playing, your student, I mean, that's got to be a little bit of a game changer when you're out there and the guys are, yelling for you and doing chants and stuff. And just talk a little bit about your student section here, any of you.
They're great to have. They do a really good job, and I think it benefits us, and it just gets to the other team's head. They just sit there and annoy the heck out of the other team, and they really bring the energy for our team too.
And who sets up, like, I know you have themes and stuff. Who's like the leader of that?
I think either like Laney Swanson or Landon Griner, maybe.
Okay.
Oh yeah, having student section is awesome because it gets us hyped up and helps us out when we need it, and it doesn't matter if we're home or away. They show up everywhere, so they're nice to have.
Yeah, our student section, like they said, has been absolutely terrific this year. We went to Linville Sully this year, and it was one of the biggest games of the season, and man, we have a bigger student section than their school does. So I definitely think our student section travels the best, and I think we have the best one at home. And our themes are awesome, and our school just gets so involved with the sport of basketball and just loves it.
I mean, yeah, like they said, our student section's really good, and they really bring energy defensively and offensively for us, so that really helps us win some games.
I do think student sections help us win games, like at Linville, like Sawyer said, and also in North Mahaska and Montezuma. That also helped a lot.
And Sawyer, you mentioned the community support, the basketball culture in Keota, and ever since even Coach Hahn and I, went to school and stuff. I mean, Keota's always been kind of that basketball school, and the culture to me over there with your basketball kind of seems like both of us together though with football. I mean, it's just a good culture to play in, and I mean, I know you guys put hours and hours into basketball. Whatever sport you're playing, when you're done, always see you guys in the gym. So it's definitely paid off. But why don't you just talk a little bit about your community sport and the culture over there in Keota for basketball?
Yeah, definitely. Our whole community supports us. We get such a good crowd. Our number one Eagle fan this year is Lynn Brenneman, and he's made it to every single game out of our last 2 years, and it's just been it's so fun to see a packed gym, and we think our school and town really supports our team.
Yep. Okay. Who's kind of the floor general of the team? I mean, who kind of leads the thing, when things aren't going well, or you need a certain play, or just whatnot? Just who's the quarterback of the team? Who's the leader out there?
I guess I'll call out the plays, but I usually just listen for Stout to call out a play, and then I just repeat what he says, and then we run it. So, yeah.
Okay.
So you talked about your student section, and I know a couple guys that stand out just because we've coached them in football, and I know their voices and I can hear them. The two that always stand out to me are Jake Morris and Landon Griner. Those two just kind of get after it, and I mean, I'm not gonna lie, when you play Sigourney and you're playing us, it does get kind of annoying, which is a good thing, which is a very good thing. So just kind of talk about like Landon and Jake and some of the other students that really get involved in that, and who you guys notice when you're on the floor really getting everybody hyped up.
Yeah, Landon and Jake are great ones. They are always there, loud. Really, the whole school does a good job of getting there. Even the younger junior high kids, there's even some elementary kids up there at the top. They're always there, and they're always ready to cheer. So it's great to see that those people want to come help support us, I guess.
Yeah, like you guys said, Landon and Jake are just yelling the whole game. Those two, I can hear them the whole time, and they're great hype men for us.
What I think's awesome about it is how small our school is and the amount of people we get to turn out to go to the games. And, like you guys said, Landon and Jake are definitely the loud bunch, but you also got to give it to everybody else that comes to the games. And it's pretty cool seeing almost half your student body at a basketball game after going to school all day.
I don't think Jake does a whole lot of cheering. It's more heckling.
Yeah, Jake's a talker. Him and Landon are, and Jake and the rest of the JV kids are always in the student section being really loud, so that helps us out a lot.
Yeah, I do like that those two show up to every game because they're the loudest. I think they lead the student section and all the cheers and stuff and all the heckling. So.
Okay. Tanner, kind of take us through a practice. What do you guys do at practice that, you guys work on maybe every day or just to get better? What do you guys focus on?
We just go through a bunch of drills when we start. We do defensive slides. Everybody loves that. Then Stout splits us up into 4-on-4. We do a couple of those drills to get ready for the practice, and then we just the 4-on-4s.
Yeah.
And then we finish it off.
Okay. And then we kind of talk about you guys. We always see in the gym, year round. Do you guys just kind of go in when you feel like it and just put some baskets up, or even during golf, or I know football you guys do, or or whatever, track or whatever? Do you guys still go in and just shoot year round?
Yeah, I think Sawyer, Billy, Cole, and sometimes I do too. They have their own group chat, and Huck also he has the keys, so he can go in whenever he wants.
Yeah, we usually go in. Mostly I shoot during like the study hall. I can go down to the gym and shoot, which is really nice.
Yeah, same with kind of what Billy said. I got around 4 study halls right now, so I'm in the gym all day. And during football season, I was in the gym all day. We're roughly trying to get 350 shots up per day. But Cole and Billy, they're definitely in there all the time. And we've been working since our freshman year, almost, I'd say, 3 or 4 times a week in the gym. Maybe even more some weeks. But yeah, these guys have definitely put so much into the sport, and it's showing how we're playing this season, how much they put into it.
Right.
Like Billy said, whenever we have study halls, we'll go down to the gym together and we'll get some 2-on-2 games or 1-on-1s going, or just shoot around by ourselves. And just outside, like we'll call Huck and go in on the weekends and run some 3-on-3 or 4-on-4, and yeah.
No, good. And if anybody's watching out there, you know what? These 5 guys are the coachable guys that you want to have on your team, because they put the time in to get better. They're not these kids that they want to be the best but don't want to put no time in. These guys have deserved every bit of where they're at right now at 12-0, ranked number 1, because they do put the time in. And I'm sure Coach Stout, loves that to have a group like this that just really puts the time in. So I'll just kind of ask all of you guys here on this question. Just I'm sure your ultimate goal is to get up to state. I mean, are you guys kind of locked in on that, or are you just kind of wait until that point of the playoffs and then focus on that? Or I mean, I guess, we talked a little bit earlier, and I just, mentioned to Coach Hahn, was like, man, if Keota don't make it to state this year, that'd be awfully disappointing. But I'm not the one playing either. You guys are the ones playing, and it's got to be in the back of your head, though, a little bit.
Yeah, I think our goal is to get state and get through state, but we always got to take it a game at a time and just can't get complacent.
Yep.
Yeah, obviously take it one game at a time, but at the end of the day, that'd be a great goal to accomplish, to make it up to state.
Wells Fargo is 100% the goal of the end of the season, but as you alluded to earlier, for a lot of us, this is our last ride. This is our senior year, and we got to just enjoy every game we get each time, come out, handle business, and ultimately we want to finish with that state championship. That's our ultimate goal. So really, we really just want to keep winning games.
Like they said, we want to make it up to Wells, but right now we just need to take it one game at a time and see what happens.
Yeah, we won't make it to Wells, but we don't overlook anybody. Try to make it there undefeated without a loss, and yeah, make it there and see what happens.
Yeah, not only just making it to Wells, I mean, doing a little bit of damage yourself when you're up there, which you guys definitely got the team to do it this year. So
all I know is that I know there's a lot in the Sigourney community even that are rooting for you guys to get there and do well and put on a good showing for Southeast Iowa. I know I've got some vacation days saved up. I plan on making a trip up to Wells Fargo to watch the purple and gold run up and down the court.
And that is fun this year with, Steve covering the Keota games. And, it's been like this in the past, though. As soon as our game's over, everybody's like, what'd Keota do? How'd Keota do? And that's, that kind of comes back to 35 years ago, too, of us, joining in football. And we have friends from both schools now. And it just makes it fun. It's almost like you've went to 2 schools. To me, anyway, I love the guys from Keota just as much as I do from Sigourney.
I know the last few years we've been up there, Sawyer, we went and watched your brother J.D. play in a masterful game against Montezuma up at Williamsburg, which you guys won that game. I don't care what they say. And me and Coach Sellers, we enjoy, once we get to that point of the season, deciding, okay, we're going to go watch Keota tonight. We're going to drive to Williamsburg or wherever you guys are playing just to watch you guys.
And another question for all of you. I mean, growing up little basketball community, I mean, what age were you guys when you first started interest in basketball?
First interest in basketball is probably as long as I can remember back. My dad, we had a basketball hoop at our house, and just always played basketball. And then we started those little league tournaments in about, I think, first grade it is, or second grade, around EV, Tri-County, Keota, Sigourney.
Were you still the big kid that just pushed everybody around even in first grade?
Yep, big
The
guy.
other guys are all going, yep.
We were the big guy down low, yep. So that's as far back as I can remember, about first grade, second grade,
Yep.
when we started official games.
Yep, like he said, back in like first grade and stuff, we got a basketball court at our house, like a half court, and we've been shooting on that ever since I can remember. So
Yeah, there's been a ball in my hand my entire life for basketball, and we really started getting competitive around third and fourth grade when we all got our teams together, going and playing in tournaments, and we'd always get a medal every single time. So it really just sparked our love for the game. And I still remember in third grade when these two won all the trophies at my dad's basketball camp, and I went home with 3 medals. So that really fired me up to get back next year and to beat Cole out for the spot shooting championship the next year.
Like Billy said, we got a basketball court at our house, so when we were younger, we'd always have pickup games at our house almost every day during the summertime, so that really created a love for the game.
Yeah, at our house we also have a basketball court, and I just like competing with my brothers. I think that's how I got my competitive edge over everybody.
Very good. So, like when you guys were younger in your youth, I mean, was this the team? I mean, were you guys the team, or was it pretty much just by grade and Billy was out? And
I'd say this was a team. There were a couple years maybe we were split up, but then we merged together, and they were always different teams. So we always played with at least one of these guys together. And then Billy joined us later on. So
yeah, I'd say he covered it pretty well. Just sometimes I played up with them, sometimes I didn't, but we've been together most of our lives. So
Billy, was that like back when maybe Cole might have been like, I don't want my brother playing with us?
yeah, he was a little scared of me.
Alan, I got a few questions.
Okay.
Evan, I was going to ask you, how tall are you, Evan?
I don't even know if I'm 6'1".
All right. So, I know we covered the game against Iowa Valley. They have the big, tall kid. How do you prepare? Obviously in this class of basketball in Iowa, you don't run into a whole lot of really tall guys. But when you go against someone taller than you, is your plan just to kind of out-physical them in a game?
Yeah, I'd say that's the plan. And then just don't get dumb fouls that put me on the bench, but still try to be as aggressive as I can without doing something that I shouldn't do, I guess.
Okay. And as far as the team, obviously Coach Stout gives the green light to most everybody. Is there anybody on the team? I'm sure everybody knows their role. Is there anybody on the team that isn't supposed to shoot three-pointers? It seems like everybody can come down if it's open, and depending on what the score of the game is, anybody can shoot a three. Is there anybody that wouldn't shoot a three on the Keota team?
Well, according to Allen's stats, it's Billy, but we've seen him shoot about 63s this season, so we're not sure about that. I mean, if we're up a lot, Evan can certainly take a three, but he knows his role and he doesn't really. Yeah. Him and Connor Strand are two guys that probably haven't attempted a three yet this season. Jace Kalupa probably hasn't attempted a three yet this season, but man, we always preach, man, if you're wide open, they don't want to guard you. You got to make them pay.
And then my final question for you guys is, what was it, 1989 was the championship team. That was kind of back during
our senior year.
Our time frame. We're the old guys. Now, if you put that in perspective, what is that, 35 years ago now?
Right.
I mean, it seems like it was just yesterday for like Alan and Bruce and I, but for you guys as high school players, I mean, that seems probably to you guys, it's like, that was so long ago. I mean, does any of that 1989 team or any of that attitude or anything from that time frame still resonate with you guys, or is that just seem like forever ago?
It seems like a long time ago, but there's still guys around the community that were on those teams. And then, especially when we went to state in 2014, most of us were old enough that we got a taste of what Wells was like and what it's like to have your own team up there. So I guess it really gave us that extra motivation to try to get back there.
Yeah, it's always fun going up there. Like he said, the 1989 team won state for us, so it's pretty cool, and we want to try and win too.
And of course, your dad was part of that team, if I remember correct, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and your family and a lot of the Keota businesses, big supporters
Billy,
of our
do you
coverage.
guys ever watch any footage there from your dad's years? Or
Oh, yeah, we've seen the game, the state championship game.
They play about the opposite style of basketball, that 89 team compared to us. They were all really big and tall and was able to get into the paint. We're kind of more a run and gun team. But we really more resonate probably with the 2014 because we were able to 2014 team because we were able to watch them with our own eyes. And I just remember watching them up at Wells Fargo, and it's just a surreal experience, and we really want to get back up there.
Yeah, like the 1989 team, my dad was on it. He's pretty tall. He's 6'8", and like Sawyer said, they weren't a shooting team. They just bullied them inside and got a bunch of layups. So yeah, it was our dad has showed us those games. He likes to brag about that. So
in his short shorts? Or
yeah, the very very short shorts.
Yeah, I do think in 1989 was a long time ago, but that state championship game is on YouTube, so you can watch it.
Right.
So yeah, I've watched a little bit of it.
Good.
Maybe
good.
we should do a poll, a Facebook poll, that Fantasy World put the 2023-2024 Keota team against the 1988-89 Eagles. See who comes out on top.
I remember I was a wrestler, but the 1 year I played basketball, I do remember playing Keota because I remember when I went out, I thought, I was fairly tall. These guys were monsters. These guys, and there wasn't just one of them. They were big.
Yeah.
I mean, they were. And you did too, Steve. You would have played against them, but it was
yes.
probably one of the uglier games in history of basketball, I'm sure. So, but anyway, that's about all I got, guys. Thanks for coming in today. Obviously, good luck the rest of the stretch here. We get to the postseason, and I plan on watching you guys at state this year. I know I'm not going to put a jinx or hicks on you, but I really feel this team's got it going this year. You got a good package. As far as I know, everybody's pretty healthy. Nope. So good luck.
No, thanks for coming in, guys. Appreciate it. I know it's cold out this morning trying to drag yourself out of bed. So appreciate you guys coming in. Appreciate all the work you've done, and not only just basketball, but everything you guys have done. You're good young men, and that is foremost the most important thing. You're good young men. I know I've coached 4 of you. I never coached Tanner, but you are also coachable. Never question anything, and I'm sure Tanner would be the exact same way. Because I know Tanner's dad, and his dad wouldn't stand for him back talking to anybody. So, but appreciate it. Good luck the rest of the season. Hopefully we can get up to watch you play a few games the rest of the year, and go Eagles.
And we're having the guys stick around. Yep. All right, so let's just throw up a few graphics here as we're in between some stuff. We'll get Neil Crott. Neil Crott's in the house. We'll get his picks here on Steve Shuttler Media. We do thank Brothers Market here in Sigourney for always sponsoring and hosting our sports section coaches and high school sports show here on Steve Shuttler Media. Make sure you stop in to Brothers. They've got you covered for all of your grocery needs. 118 South Main in Sigourney, or call 641-622-2191. Also download the Brothers Market app for special deals that they've got going on there. Also, we had our Keokuk County Hospital and Clinic's Athlete of the Week voting for this past week. And a young lady we saw play here recently on Steve Shuttler Media, Brecken Schilling from North Mahaska Basketball. She is a heck of a player, and she came out on top with our voting. So that's 2 North Mahaska wins in a row for our Athlete of the Week. One of the, I think it was Macy Little. The previous week was one of our co-athletes of the week with the young man from Ottumwa, the other wrestler. So North Mahaska, they do really well in our weekly voting. So Brecken Schilling, great basketball player, for the North Mahaska girls basketball team, our athlete of the week. Also want to put a plug in coming up this week. We will have a couple of Keota basketball games on the air for you. We'll have that English Valleys game coming up on Tuesday, and then on Friday, Keota will be at Tri-County, so we'll have another road game. That'll be a JV boys and varsity boys doubleheader. So we'll have that for you here on Steve Shuttler Media. Make sure you tune in on Tuesday and Friday. We'll also have that made-up, rescheduled Sigourney at Keota game. I believe that comes up on February 6th. So, of course, as Alan mentioned, everybody's schedules right now really screwed up due to the weather that we've had the last couple of weeks. But we'll be getting in some of those Keota games here over the next couple of weeks, and hopefully, if it all works out, we'll have some postseason play here on Steve Shuttler Media. So, lots coming up yet. All right, we've got everybody. Boy, this is a full screen we've got here. We're going to do our pick'ems. Alan, I know we haven't updated our standings quite yet, but I know you said it was really close.
I know the guests are leading right now.
Okay, the guest pickers.
Yeah, the guest pickers are leading, so there's no pressure here, guys. Because I think the winner at the end of the season gets a cart full of liquor. So that was my understanding anyway. So
Alan does not understand anything, evidently.
So I seen Sawyer stretching here, like better get this right. No, so
we're in the liquor section of
liquor.
That's the joke.
Yeah, we're not promoting it to the guys by any means, but because there's also candy over here. So
yes, Valentine's candy. Get it.
All right, we'll start out here with our first game. We got 10 picks, each worth 1 point. So our first pick will be men's basketball, Purdue at Iowa.
Who's going first?
Purdue.
I got Iowa.
I'm going to have to be realistic and go with Purdue.
Got to go with the Boilermakers.
Yep, I'm going to take Purdue also.
I'll go with Iowa.
Purdue.
If I was smart, I'd say Purdue. I'm going with my heart. I'll say Iowa.
Yeah, this is a toughie for me because I'm definitely a big Hawkeye fan, but I think Purdue's probably just too much for us, so I'm going to go with Purdue. Men's basketball, Iowa State at number 24, Iowa State at number 19, TCU.
Iowa State.
TCU.
I'm going to go with Iowa State.
Is it in Hilton?
Nope, it's at TCU.
Oh, so you can't take Iowa State then. You got to take the Horned Frogs.
Yeah.
I'm going to take TCU also.
I'm going to go with TCU.
TCU.
Yes. Horned Frogs.
Yeah, me too. Horned
I mean,
frogs.
if it was just a regular frog, but they're horned, so.
All right, women's basketball, number 2, Iowa at number 18, Ohio State. I believe that's tomorrow.
I'm thinking Iowa on that one.
I got Iowa.
Iowa. Iowa.
Iowa.
Iowa.
Iowa.
Caitlin Crunch time.
That's right. And you know what? I just bought 4 Iowa Caitlin Clark cards, like little football cards or whatever.
Are you going to sell them for like
No.
$1 billion a piece?
But I'm going to go with Caitlin Clark on that one. So
I saw a signed Caitlin. That's hard to say. A signed Caitlin Clark card.
I have that
was
card,
like
but it's not autographed.
$11,000 or
Yeah,
something?
21. Yeah. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable price. Okay, women's basketball, number 6, USC at number 3, Colorado.
Oh, Colorado.
Colorado.
Give me Colorado.
Colorado.
I'm going to take USC.
Colorado.
Colorado.
This is men's basketball?
Women's. Women's. Number
I don't
3 and
know.
number 6.
I don't know anything about women other than Iowa. USC.
I'm going to go prime time. Back to men's basketball. We got number 20, BYU, at number 25, Texas Tech.
BYU.
Texas Tech.
Take Texas Tech.
BYU.
Take BYU.
Texas Tech.
BYU.
Tech.
I'm going to go BYU, too. Okay.
BYU too.
Now we're going to convert over to the NFL. The Texans at the Ravens.
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 Texans.
Take the Ravens.
Texans.
Ravens.
Where's it at?
Ravens.
Ravens.
I'm hoping the Ravens get knocked out of this thing. I'm going to go with the Texans on that. The Packers at the 49ers.
Where's it at?
San Francisco.
Since everybody keeps asking that. Oh, San Francisco.
That's why it's the Packers at the 49ers.
Packers.
I got the 49ers.
Take the Packers.
I'll take the Cowboys. I mean the Niners.
I'll take the Niners, unfortunately.
The Niners.
Niners.
George Kittle and the Niners.
Billy, your dad will be proud of you. Of course, the Niners for me. The Buccaneers at the Lions.
Buccaneers.
Lions.
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 I'll take the Lions.
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 It's Lachey, right, with the Lions? Yeah, the Lacheyans.
Laporta.
Laporta and Lachey. I knew it was a la.
Yeah.
La. Lions.
Yeah, I'm going Lions too. They're pretty tough. The Chiefs at the Bills. This is a pretty good game here.
Chiefs on that one.
I'll go Bills.
Take the Bills.
Buffalo.
I'll take the Bills.
The Bills.
The Bills.
Well, lots of Bills picks here. I better go with the Chiefs.
I'm going Bills. Then our last pick of the day, I went to high school basketball with a little niche here to it. BGM at Keota, but Keota averages 76 points a game. So I'm going to do an over-under, but I'm going to pop it up to 80 points. So will Keota score over 80 or under 80 against BGM?
Over 80.
What's BGM's record? Anybody know?
Not
Not very good.
Like
Like
3 and
the-
6 in conference.
Okay.
yeah.
What day is the game?
Monday, isn't it?
What does that have to do with anything?
We're still going to play 5 games this week.
Oh.
And before you guys go through, that doesn't mean whatever you picked, you're shaving points.
Yeah.
Billy, why did you just throw up 13 threes and missed all of them? No, Dan.
I'll probably take the over.
It's homecoming, so I'll take the over.
I'll take the over.
Yeah, I'll take the over.
I got the under.
There we go.
You're going to have a
Evan,
bad night
Evan
shooting
keeps
on you.
missing them layups.
Good thing you don't shoot a lot. I'm going over.
Well, I'm going to hope for the over.
Yeah, I'm going to go the over, and I'll definitely be keeping my eye on that game then. So just remember that when you're out there, guys, and you're setting at 79, 79 points. So, no, that's our picks. Once again, guys, thanks for coming in. Thanks for picking. You guys having a great season. Finish it off here, okay? Let's keep it rolling.
Thanks for coming in, guys. It's always fun when you guys come over here. Enjoyable to chat with and talk to.
Yeah, again, our starting 5 for the Keota Eagles. We're covering the Eagles here on Steve Shuttler Media this basketball season. Couple of games coming up this week. Make sure you tune in for those. And hopefully we're rolling into the postseason with them as well here on Steve Shuttler Media. Thank you, guys. Also, a big thanks to all of our sponsors that make Keota Eagle basketball possible here on Steve Shuttler Media. Tons of support out of the Keota and Sigourney areas, also out of Wellman as well. So, and thank you to Tracy Waterhouse sending me some stars, Facebook stars on our video today. So we thank Brothers Market. They bring us our sports section. We'll be back here next Saturday morning at 8 a.m. And tune in then. Otherwise, we'll see you next week here on the sports section on Steve Shuttler Media.